to Kinguin for Charity Winter Edition 2015, a charity event run by Kinguin. It's actually a Hearthstone tournament. I am Noxious, and with me, Monk. For those of you who did not see us before the break, we just saw Amaz and Kaldi, play best of 5 here, and Amaz actually won 3-1, I believe. Really nice games there with Priest at the end. Really nicely teched Priest deck. So the next match will be Neirea against Ekop. Any thoughts?
Well, I think these are two players that come from, I guess, different times in Hearthstone. Ekop was pretty much one of the first pro Hearthstone players, beginning with ESGN. He was on Team Doge House back then. Just one of the first players to play live on television or on Twitch. Whereas Neirea, he's come a lot later. He only became a little bit famous when he got number 2 overall in the European ladder at the end of all the seasons. And he was kind of dubbed as the new Kalento number 2 or Kalento 2.0. And ever since then, he's been trying to grow out of the shadow of Kalento. And I think these days he's kind of done that pretty well. He kind of has his own personality. He has his own identity, bringing decks like Miracle Warrior or OTK Raging Warrior to tournaments and doing really well with it. I believe he went 6-0 in his last tournament with Raging Worgen Warrior, and he even beat Kalento 3-0.
Yeah, it's actually one of the things I've come to expect that deck from Neirea, and Neirea alone, actually, at this point in tournament settings. So when I hear Raging Worgen Warrior, all I can think of is him beating people down by surprise, because it sometimes is not seen as that until the combo comes out, because they still run Shield Slams, you still have some of the removable pieces that you might see in Control Warrior, and I think that's a really original one. Ekop's I think Ekop's brought Paladin, I think, is like his favorite class of all time. So I wouldn't be surprised if he actually ran one to Legend, I think rank 1 very early in the season in GVG with, it actually contained Captain Greenskin.
Yeah, he also did really well with a Druid early on in the season, and he got, I believe, rank 2 with that on EU.
Let's
talk a bit about the lineups, actually. Ekop is going to bring Priest, Hunter, Druid, and Paladin, while Neirea is going to bring Priest, Druid, Rogue, and Warrior. Both bring Priest, and I believe there's only 4 Priests in this tournament. One of them was by Amaz, and the other 2 are going to be in this match right now. So we might even have a Priest versus Priest mirror. It's something very rare these days.
Oh, this is gonna be such a slow game if it actually comes down to that. But those games are interesting because nowadays decks can be very different while still being the same class. There's a there's a core amount of cards for praise that you'll bring, but you can always stack a lot of the stuff away, whether you want to be anti-control or aggro.
And of course, we're gonna say the bans are gonna be Neirea banned Druid, obviously one of the strongest classes right now in all of Hearthstone, and Ekop. I believe he respects ban the Warrior. He knows Neirea is known for Warrior. He can either play OTK Warrior or he can play Control Warrior. And Ekop doesn't want to find out which one it is. Ekop doesn't want to have to maybe deal with OTK Warrior because really, who plays against that? Who really has a lot of experience against that?
Yeah, it's one of those decks that'll take you off guard, and you don't practice against it because it's not big enough in the metagame. So it's gonna be Rogue.
Game 1, Neirea. Rogue versus Hunter.
Who do you favor in a matchup like this?
I think it really depends on the type of rogue you're running, but generally these days I'd say the Hunter is slightly favored. But as we can see from the hands, Neirea has a really good hand. He has the backstab, he has the auto barber, just really good early drops.
Yeah, and the Hunter's hand did improve a bit after the mulligan though, with the web spinner and the 2 Haunted Creepers.
Now I have to say, not a lot of people are bringing rogue. But I think as I have a bit insider information being a part of Team Liquid as well, I think Neirea's Rogue is going to be a little special. And I'm really looking forward to what he's going to bring. Oh my god, SI Agent as a draw. That's really perfect.
Yeah, for turn 3 it's just curving perfectly here.
Yeah, basically exactly what you want as the Rogue player.
If he top decks Fan of Knives, that's going to get even better. With the second Haunted Creeper coming down, you have a prep Fan of Knives play that is...
Yeah, I mean, backstab, SI Agent, prep Fan of Knives, exactly what you want. Oh, we see Neirea has drawn the haha.
the what?
The haha.
The haha.
The South Sea deckhand, of course.
Yes.
The South Sea deckhand. When that card comes down, he just says haha and he kills you right away.
Yeah, usually that's what he does with triple Cold Blood
Oh my
and
god,
quadruple
Huffer.
Shadow Steps. Well, is that really a surprise to you?
I mean, 99% of the time it's Huffer.
That's exactly what I
Of
figured.
course, is that even the best one? I don't think it's even that great just because Backstab and SI just
They
clears
all
the
would have
board
died.
so
The
well.
best one might have been Leok, just to trade with a Barber here.
Oh yeah, exactly. Oh my
Now that you
god.
mention it. Whoa.
Oh, Neirea's
Turning on
going
the
aggro.
aggressive gears. Ekop not even
And-
flinching.
Neirea's Ekop certainly didn't expect that, but he has a really good answer. He has the Houndmaster.
A card that has been phased out of a lot of Hunter decks, actually, now that I see it. I haven't seen that card in a long time. I'm actually glad that it's been is being played right now by Ekop.
Yeah, people are kind of favoring the piloted Treaders as the 4-drops instead, but I think the Houndmaster is just really useful in situations exactly like this. He buffs the Haunted Creeper and he's gonna play the trading game. Ekop has seen that Neirea just wants to go for face. Neirea wants to race. But
Yeah,
Ekop
he's
isn't
given
gonna
that
let it.
away pretty clearly.
Oh my god. 2 preps and an eviscerate. Oh my god, he's gonna play his whole hand.
Is he? No,
Prep
I think he'll
sap.
just sap the 4/3 and go face with a dagger. Or
Oh,
does he keep it
shit.
for Blade Flurry later on? He doesn't have. He's not in a hurry at the moment.
Alright, that's
Alright.
pretty expected.
The plays of Neirea really indicate a very aggressive playstyle, so Ekop's going to be prepared for that. He might, if he plays the Eagle Hornbow here, do you think that that's better than playing the Kill Command to make sure you don't have to deal with to take the damage from a Drake?
I'm not sure. He's seen that Neirea is just wants to be really aggressive, so taking damage to the face is something that he might regret later. I'm not sure. Oh my god, Neirea saves the preparation. He doesn't prep Evis last turn, and he gets the exact right card. He gets a sprint, and that means he's going to draw 4 cards for only 4 mana.
And he's gonna have perfect card draw here. Another sprint in case he needs cards, and the Blade Flurry to wipe a medium-sized board, which is exactly what's here right now.
Now, it's interesting to note that because Neirea, he went offensive in a previous turn, Ekop was forced to play more defensive. So even though he went offensive and he didn't trade removing damage from the board, he basically forced Ekop to trade.
Yeah, which is something you're really happy to do as aggro rogue at this point. At this point in the meta, I've seen quite a few aggressive rogue decks, but none of them has been running double sprint. So I really like what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, I feel like double sprint is kind of a necessity these days when you're playing rogue, simply because you don't have the auctioneer for your draw power, and rogue is all about cheap, efficient spells. So you're often like using 2 spells to clear one of your opponent's 1 minion often. So you're gonna run out of you're gonna gain tempo on the board, but you're gonna run out of cards. And sprint, especially prep sprint, helps that immensely.
Yeah, and it's funny because right now there's a snake trap on Ekop's board, but seeing what we've seen from Neirea, is he even going to want to bother triggering the snake trap?
And oh my god, here's the combo. We
This
see
is perfect.
South Sea Deckhand
With
and the Tinker
Tinkers,
Sharp Sword Oil.
This is exactly what Neirea wants right now. Yeah, this is very, very similar to a lot of the decks that I've been seeing nowadays, but he's got the perfect lineup.
So just straight from hand, how much damage is that? The 2 from the deckhand, 4
Plus
from
3, so that's 5. 5 plus 5 from Dagger. So that's 10 just from the Dagger and the South Sea deckhand, and Eviscerate on top. That's another 4. So all he needs to get is an extra 3. In essence.
Let's see what survives. I think
Nothing
Ekop is
will.
probably going to want to clear the board here.
If Ekop uses his face to trade, he's killing himself, and he already knows that because he's probably seen something akin to what he's seeing. He's looking at right now. All right. So Ekop does have a lot of damage though. He might win next turn if Neirea doesn't seal the game right now. He needs a cold blood or some kind of.
Oh, Sabotage.
That's going to
Sabotage
take out the Eagle Horn Bow. That's right.
Yeah, that's an excellent draw.
But how do you pair it with what you've got? It's just a bit too expensive at the moment.
This is one of those turns where I really would not know what to do.
Yeah, this is exactly the situation I don't want to be stuck in. Do you just play South Sea Deckhand, Eviscerate, and then Tinkers? To eviscerate the Knife Juggler, then you or just Sabotage, sorry, not Tinkers, and you just don't Tinkers your South Sea Deckhand? Or just for the combo, or Eviscerate Knife Juggler, then Sabotage? That slows you down a little bit, but
The problem is sabotage might not even be that good. Depends what RNG you get. You can't kill the Haunted Creeper. That just puts more damage on board.
you
Yeah.
remove the kill command possible. Well, then again, you've already seen one kill command, so the odds of it being a big play around is not a
Well,
big deal.
you don't even remove kill command because you know your opponent has a beast because the web spinner
The web
died
spinner
last
gave
turn.
him. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really would not like to be in Neirea's position right now.
Neirea actually drew pretty well, but I guess
Is it
can't
this
really
raid something
outrace
you
the
do?
hunter. Oh man, Nerea's roping.
What if you this raid the knife juggler and think your sharp sword your dagger to attack face? No, there's no way that's the play. Wow.
Uh,
I think Neirea just froze.
well, Nerea's
He must
camera
have
isn't working.
disconnected. Yeah, I think he just disconnected.
Well, that's
Okay.
awkward.
I wonder what his play would have been though. Oh, okay, back to Ekop, who's just going to win. I'm assuming.
I mean, there's lethal right now.
Right
I
there,
bet
yeah.
in these kind of situations, experienced tournament players usually they try to rope the turn. Like they have lethal right now, but they're trying to wait for like an admin to tell them what to do. And
Because that's way too unusual to just assume that the opponent has passed the turn and not done anything. Yeah. We'll see exactly what's going on here. The admins are going to keep us up to date. Ekop's face showing his surprise.
yeah, we were just talking about how Neirea was such in deep thought, but it turns out he disconnected.
Maybe he had a play. Maybe he knew what he wanted to do. We just, yeah.
I mean, he's about to rope, so
Ekop decides. Oh,
Oh.
okay. His opponent left.
Neirea denies the lethal by disconnecting. What a
Yeah, that's a
Brilliant
great
play.
strategy. Brilliant play here by Neirea, denying Ekop the lethal, which means he does not officially win the game. Of course not, but it's kind of sad. I wish I could have seen the turn that Neirea would have taken here. I don't know what I would have done in this case.
yeah, I don't know either.
Do you know the rulings here about the disconnect?
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to wait for an admin for the rulings.
All right, so let's just wait in the meantime. So this is a very aggressive rogue deck, interestingly enough. You
Yeah,
told me I'd enjoy it,
Yeah.
and I do. Yeah, I think it's. I've seen similar things with Cold bringing back like backspace, but this looks a little bit more consistent, maybe.
Yeah, like there's like basically as I was saying before, there are two types of rogue. There's more minion based heavy rogues, like the one that Caldi was running, and then
Mhm.
there's the more like aggressive I'm gonna kill you rogues with the Tinker Sharp Sword Oil. And in this case, Neirea used the he used the South Sea deckhand, or he would have used the South Sea deckhand to activate that
All right.
card.
So I see his face moving on the webcam. Does that mean he's back and living, or
He's at least back for now.
yeah? They think he might have been. There might have been a problem with his connection. So. All right, so
Uh,
he's at least alive. Nice.
All right, we're still awaiting word from the admins.
Yep. In the meantime, I would like to point out that this tournament is being run by Kinguin for the sake of the Child's Play Foundation, which is the whole purpose of this tournament. It's a charity event. Donations that are given to the, there's a link in the description below that you can follow and then donate to the Child's Play Foundation. It's for a good cause. All the funds go directly to them. Nothing gets kept by anyone on the way. It's all going there. And it's for the sake of giving children in the hospital with cancer the ability to have to enjoy games. So video games, consoles, board games, just about anything to make their lives a little easier. So that's the whole point of the event.
All right. Oh, we actually have word from the admins now. That's great. So Ekop wins that game, and we're gonna try to continue on. See if Neirea has any more connection problems. I mean, hopefully he doesn't. That would be such a shame for one of the best matches of the round of 16 to
Yeah.
get stalled out like that.
Is he frozen again? His face. This is just the picture, I'm guessing. Then.
No, it's actually him. He was moving before.
Okay, so he just froze. Okay.
So he might be having
Disconnection issues again, possibly. Well, Ekop was given the win after this disconnect. Do you think he would have won either way? I think he was in a good enough position that we can assume
Yeah, I think it was just it was really hard. Well, Neirea pretty much needed to get pretty good RNG. He needed to
Mm-hmm.
combo sabotage. The best case scenario was that he killed the knife juggler, kill the weapon, maybe survive one more turn, and then hopefully he top decks lethal in the next turn.
Yeah, but he only had like he would have had the South Sea deckhand plus Tinkers and Cold Blood perhaps. So that would have been like the limit of the win. So we can probably say that the win for Ekop, following the rulings, is probably still in his favor regardless.
Mhm.
If the game would have been played out.
Yep. Still, the admins are kind of trying to decide what to do with the next game if Nyria's connection is stable enough, and
Yeah.
apparently it is. We're about a minute away from
All
the
right.
next game.
So what deck does Neirea have after this? We know that his warrior was banned. He's got priest and druid left,
Mhm.
as far as I'm aware. So